We have with us today our guest of honor, Dr. Mohammad Sabir Hussain, Nodal Officer, Indian Institute of Tourism and Travel Management, Bhubaneswar, an academician par excellence with nearly 3 decades of experience in academia and administration. He's a PG degree holder from Utkal University in Tourism Administration, doctoral research in wildlife tourism management as well, has published extensively in several areas of tourism, focusing on the nature and culture interpretation and management perspectives. I'll request him for his address.
Thank you, Odisha ma'am. Esteemed panelist on the dais, Khanna Saab of ADTY, my colleague, a fellow academician and a dear friend, Dr. Mishra, Sri Durgasis, eminent personalities, luminaries, resource persons, panelists on the house, dear students of IITTM and IHM, media persons, and all who made this second edition of Chalo Dekhein Apna Desh, courtesy Argus TV, a very successful event. I am delighted and indebted to Argus for inviting me to address on today's concluding session. As discussed with fellow panelists, a lot of brainstorming has happened throughout the day to fulfill the dream of our Honorable Prime Minister to achieve self-reliance through Atmanirbhar Bharat and exploring the opportunities offered by rural tourism, because the real Bharat, the true India, or the soul of India remains in the villages. Our culture, our tradition, our ethics, our values, our social system, various social dimensions, ceremonies, rituals, gastronomies, all are still prevailing in our villages. People from far-flung countries, Europe, America, are looking for these opportunities which is untapped. We are very thankful that Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, under the dynamic leadership of the present Prime Minister and Honorable Tourism Minister, Kishan Reddy Saab, has taken a leap towards promoting rural tourism, especially niche tourism in the form of sustainable tourism, in the form of eco-tourism, in the form of adventure tourism, in the form of rural tourism, as well as in the form of rural homestays. And I'm happy to share here that we, being an autonomous body under Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, are working as CNAs for adventure, sustainable, eco, rural and rural homestays. CNA means Central Nodal Agency. So now the entire process of strategy formulation, action plan, selecting the stakeholders, conducting competitions among the stakeholders, awarding points to the stakeholders, maintaining account of the stakeholders, and coordinating with the state governments and the union ministry for overall promotion and to achieve the vision of this niche tourism, that is to leverage India's rural heritage in creating a vibrant and responsible tourism segment by creating engaging rural experiences, thereby promoting indigenous jobs and preserving local culture and heritage. With this, we can achieve the mission to facilitate an enabling environment comprising of government, industry, NGO, community for development and promotion of rural tourism in the country. As an inhabitant of the state of Odisha, I saw enormous potentials in rural Odisha to tap this untapped resource. And we, as told by previous speakers, we have to follow the principles, guidelines and the strategies given by Government of India through the key strategic pillar like incentives for rural homestays, state assessment and ranking on rural homestays, digital technologies for rural homestays, developing clusters for rural homestays, marketing support for rural homestays, capacity building for rural homestays, and governance and institutional framework. At the same time, this is about specifically on rural homestays, and so far the strategic pillars for niche tourism is concerned. The national strategic pillars are benchmarking of the state policies and best practices. We will have to benchmark the state policies and best practices. What are those states which are performing excellently in rural tourism? And we have to compare the facilities and amenities given by those states with the international standards, and exercise has already been taken up in this regard, and ministry has set up a standard to categorize best tourism villages. Then extensive usage of digital technologies for promoting rural tourism, because nowadays social media is playing a very important role on influencing our travel decisions. There is an extensive effort going on by the CNAs and Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, through various social medias with independent social media handles to promote rural tourism. And the effort is also going on to develop clusters for rural tourism in order to popularize a particular cluster in the form of a circuit. And ministry is also making efforts for marketing, capacity building and governance. In this connection, a SWOT analysis has been planned and has been done for the applicants. The parameters has been fixed. I don't think it would be an appropriate time to discuss all the parameters in a valedictory function, but documents are available in the website, and for further details you can be in touch with the CNAs in IITTM, and the CNAs in IITTM would wholeheartedly support you to promote, proliferate and achieve the target of this untapped resource called rural tourism. With these words, I wish this conclave and this effort a great success, and I once again thankful to the organizer for carrying forward the mission of the strategic mission of successfully promoting tourism, which is a smokeless industry, and it has very less impact on our green environment, and it is also a stepping stone to protect the climate, and it encourages green investment. And let us take a place to celebrate life and celebrate life through sustainability. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for giving me this opportunity.